go live. Yes. Nope.
Did you get a lot of snow with the storm, Jason?
It didn't hit until like this morning, and it snowed a little bit the last day or two, but we just got like a dusting here and there. And then this morning it came down in big flakes. The friends of mine that are big skiers, they were like, best powder ever, man. The day was awesome. They were all up on the mountain this morning skiing. It was pretty.
Yeah.
It was 20 degrees and it was big fluffy flakes and just leaf blowing it off the driveway. So it had to have been pretty epic up on the mountain.
It's a rare snow for the East Coast. Usually it's fat, heavy, wet snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Welcome to the Mixed Surfaces podcast, right, Graham?
Yeah, take it away, Jason.
Oh. Welcome to the Mixed Surfaces podcast, where Graham, Aria, and I talk about bikes. I want to shout out to our sponsors, Olive Olive Oil, Reelin Nutrition, shout out World of Bikes in Iowa City, Iowa, and Flat Tire Bikes in Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
Is it Flat Tire Bikes or is it Flat Tire Bike Company or Flat Tire Bikes?
It's Bike Company, but
see, I never know.
Since I work there, I'm allowed to say just Flat Tire Bikes.
Well, how would you like
You're
to
allowed
be?
to butcher its name, huh?
Yeah, but if people look it up, like someone could set up shop and set up Flat Tire Bikes.
A lot of times we just call it Flat Tire.
Just flat
fair.
Hanging out.
Eliminate
Nice. Well, what you guys been up to?
the cove.
Same old song and dance, man. You know, it's gonna be nice here tomorrow. I think. I might get out and ride and do my trainer right outside. I'm checking the weather right now to double check. I could be a day early in a dollar short. I've always wanted to use that in the statement. There we go. Oh yeah, 46. No, that was today. 36 tomorrow. Never mind. I'm not going outside tomorrow.
I was riding at 5:30 this morning.
What?
Whoa.
On the trainer?
Right
Yeah.
there.
All right. Well,
I thought you said outside or something. Like I was gonna be impressed.
man, that seals me because the dedication that you're putting in is so far less than what I'm doing. Like I went for like an hour and 20 minute just like cruisy mountain bike ride today. Like,
Well, you were outside.
I was outside, man. I was surprising though, because like I went to this place and I knew it. Like, so it's we have White Oak Mountain, which is like one mountain, and then across is Bauxite. Bauxite's like way more fun, super flowy, like fast, like really fun. And then White Oak is just a lot more climbing, but Bauxite's notoriously wet. And dude, I went there and I did the first climb and it was just muddy. So I just dipped and went over to the other side of town, which was like 2 minutes away, and rode the other park, which was fun. But yeah,
Hey,
it's nice.
Sidebar, real quick, Graham. Have you heard of the Barkley Marathons? And are
Dude,
they near you?
oh, well, not near me here. The Barkley, yeah, I know a lot about the Barkley. The Barkley is north of me. So my hometown is Knoxville, which is like East
Yeah.
Tennessee. Barkley's like probably an hour and 15 minutes northwest of there, up in this just like real.
That was
Yeah.
a real shit
That's-
show this year.
Yeah, it was crazy this year. I know we're mixed surfaces. We'll talk about different surfaces.
Yeah.
So for those people who don't know, the Barkley Marathons is the
Maria, do you know what the Barkley?
yeah. Do you know what the
Oh
Barkley?
yeah, I followed
Yeah.
our crazy old guy. I'm like, I'll never do it because they won't allow me to use this.
Lazarus Lake is his name. But yeah, so the Barkley is held in Frozen Head State Park, I think, which is a state park in Tennessee, and it's basically runners set out. They don't have any navigational tools that are technological. All they have is a compass and a map, and there are waypoints that they have to hit, and they've got to do 5 laps of this course. And I think there have been less than maybe 10 finishers throughout the history of it being done.
So the 5 laps it's circular. You go I think it's clockwise, then counterclockwise, then clockwise, then counterclockwise, and I think the 5th lap you do whatever you want.
Yeah, you
And
have to
it's-
choose the last one.
Each lap is a marathon.
Yeah, and
Right.
and you're
That's
it's
insane.
like I think you end up with like 70,000 feet of elevation gain if
Yeah.
you finish it, and it's no trails. So like the big issue that people run into is that there are creek crossings and briars, and they basically their bodies just like deteriorate over time. But this year was interesting because it was the first year that the actual course was the exact same as it was last year, where there were no finishers, and there were still no finishers this year. I think
You know
one
what?
person finished a fun run.
Yes. And what's a fun run? 3 laps? Or
3
2?
laps.
Yeah,
3
3
laps. Yeah.
One person.
I know what's the distance on that? Like the 3 laps. Isn't it like
75 miles, right?
It's probably something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a cutoff too. I think they have like 80 hours or something like that to finish
60.
it. 60 hours to finish
60
it.
hours
So,
to do it all.
yeah, it's crazy though. But yeah, so not close to me, but there's really good. Do you know Aaron Gwynn? You know that name? So he was actually, if you ever want to look at the sickest downhill competition mountain bike run I've ever seen, Aaron Gwynn goes out the gate, snaps his chain on his first pedal stroke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's an American. Yeah. So it's that guy. So he purchased Windrock Bike Park, which holds, so it holds like the Tennessee National. They do a lot of like Red Bull events there.
Yeah.
That's like right up there close to where they do that. But yeah, cool bike park. If you ever want to come ride gnarly downhill, Windrock Bike Park, shout out to those guys. And then if you ever want to just, really just slay yourself, sign up for the Barkley Marathon.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We'll have to do like we'll have to do our the mixed surfaces training camp down there, Graham, one of these days, and invite some of our listeners, come down there and we do a training down there,
Dude, yeah.
Talk about all that crazy Tennessee gravel you're telling us about.
I've hosted several folks from Iowa since we've moved back down here, and you can ask any of them. They said it was some of the most fun they had. I can show you a good time.
Windrock is legit mountain
It's
biking.
scary.
I mean,
It's scary.
legit
Scary.
stuff. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna need 140 front and back.
No, like
like 170. Like 170.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then that means that's beyond my pay grade.
Yeah.
I honestly want to try one day riding like a big downhill bike.
Well, dude, if we get out to Sea Otter early enough, maybe we could.
That's right. There'll be some demos. Yeah,
we could do some demos.
I'll do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, Graham, what are you doing for your bike?
Oh yeah, so I sold my gravel bike. So I'm currently signed up for a gravel race in April. That's 60 miles, and I have nothing to ride. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You've talked Salsa Flyway. I like the Scott Addict. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Addict. I think that's a cool bike. I think Otso Wahila. I'm waiting for them to release the new one. That would be sweet. But those are and then I've heard that Obed is gonna, which is what I had, is gonna release an updated version of my bike, and I love that bike. But they're gonna release an updated version with wider tire clearance and like UDH and things like that. So I might stick, since it's Chattanooga, like I might have to stick to a Chattanooga built bike.
Yeah,
keeping it local, huh?
I'm still liking the idea of doing the wider tires, but I feel like I'm not gonna need it much with the wheels that I've got, the zip wheels that I've got.
Yeah, because those things. I mean, so you think like what 45s or something like that?
Yeah, and I could probably fit. I could probably fit a 50 on this bike. I don't know for sure until the bike didn't come today. Bummed. But I looked at the tracking. I think it's supposed to be here Friday. So fingers crossed.
I think the other bike I'm considering is that new Factor road bike.
Oh yeah, that thing looks that's a sweet bike. I was actually just looking at that like maybe a couple of days ago. That's a nice, but that's a road bike though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm totally joking, but it's got that wide fork on it. I bet you could put a 40.
It does,
right?
yeah. Super aeroed out. You have the widest fork
Yeah.
out there.
Well, I've also thought that, maybe do a 50 in the front and a 45 in the back.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's some people doing it.
I know people do that. I just feel like I'm better. So here's my thought with like worried about flats, right? I don't ride in a Peloton going that fast on gravel to where I'm worried about hitting potholes so much. Like I think what happens to me, like, so I'm able to like dodge stuff with my front wheel, but what happens to me is like I try to like swerve around something with my front wheel and I drop my back wheel into it, and that's where I'm worried about like flatting. So maybe it's a bike handling situation for me, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd run the offset. Recumbent. Dude, I'll get a what's it, Catrike?
Yeah.
Those guys. Yeah, I'll call them up, see if they want to sponsor me for a recumbent bike. But yeah, well,
when are you going to make the decision? When I mean, you've got a time frame here. I would make a decision. The QBP rep was at our shop today, and I was giving him hell for not bringing a flyway, and he said,
"That's right, dude.
Nothing's released for another couple of days officially, but we told him to send a couple to our shop, and I really want to just try one out.
Yeah.
See what it's like.
I don't think I'm gonna go. I like salsa, but I just feel like I don't think I won. I had a cutthroat, and I love my cutthroat. I still got a cutthroat frame somewhere laying around here, but I think I just want something that's a little racier.
Yep.
A little bit racier, which is like your Scott or something along those lines. So,
or maybe the Envy Mog,
that will Gila.
Yeah, anybody got a hookup for Envy? And I'll get one of those. But
I don't know. Don't know anybody on the Envy side.
Baker,
that's boutique brand there.
Yeah.
That's for big boys.
The Wahila though.
Wahil's cool. That's what a buddy of mine had, and he said he liked it a lot. And he rode it pretty hard. I watched him, but we'll see. I don't know. I got to probably make a decision in the next 2 weeks, I would say, so I can at least get the bike,
and then you got the lead time,
get some ride time on it. Yeah. So I think
are you gonna get a proper bike fit, or you just gonna do it? You just wing it,
dude. That's a great question, Uriah, because I have always wanted a bike fit, and I think if I got serious enough about bike like racing or a big ride, like say I was going to do the Tour Divide or something, like I would probably find a professional bike fitter in Colorado or California and fly out there and do like an actual bike fit trip. But around here, like there's just not a lot of people that fit bikes. Like triathlon's big here, especially being Chattanooga we have like the Ironman and the 70.3. So there are a couple people that do tri bike fits, but when it comes to like a real professional fit, like none of the shops around here do anything like that. So, but I really would like one because
come on up my neighborhood there, buddy. Ashley's doing fits. She's doing probably 2, 3, 4 a week.
What does she do? What does she use? Like a app or a technique? What does she use?
Right now, she's got the app on her phone.
What is she doing? Like My Velo Fit or something? Or?
Yeah, something like that. But we did a meeting with one of the big, and I forget the name of the company, but they've got all the cameras, one on each side, one in the front. So we're probably going to be getting into that high-tech, full-on laser fitting sometime this year, at the very latest next year. We're just kind of this. We've got the space now. We've opened up things. You need like so many feet on each side, and then we've got a place for where you can lay down, and she can check your foot position and
check your mobility.
Check your mobility and all.
I don't want anybody checking that.
And then. Yeah, we're going to have it all set up with the lasers.
Yeah,
Freaking
I
lazy.
mean, I think that's such a good resource because, like, yeah, I mean, people want to get on bikes and road bikes and gravel bikes, especially. Like, I feel like more people I hear that stop biking it's because something hurts and they don't know that they can change stuff. You know, it can be something as simple as changing your
The saddle.
chamois to changing your saddle to,
Yep.
Yeah.
you know, but having a bike fit, I think would be good. Like, I've always heard good things about that My Velo Fit, which we're not sponsored by them, but it is an app, and you like set your phone up and you do like some stretches and things like that, and it measures you and then tells you like, you know, what your measurements should be. But I think the benefit of going into a bike shop is that like when you have someone like you or Ashley standing there, like you guys are so good at swapping stems or, you know, like moving things really quickly, and like, you know, what'll take you 10 minutes will take me an hour to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially if you're going back and forth changing things.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you know you really have dedicated time to mess around with it. Yeah, absolutely.
I think she uses one of those. We have one of those stems that. All the things.
Oh, you can do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like
it goes like this.
Almost looks like it, like like that. It kind of like telescopes, right? You turn it and it extends, right?
It goes up and down. You know, it's the angle. It goes in and out. Yeah.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
So you guys see the news? Keegan's out of Cape Epic.
Who?
Keegan Swanson.
Ron Swanson.
Keegan.
Keegan.
The newest specialized.
Keegan, not Ron Swanson. That's what's that TV show?
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No, Keegan Swanson's out of Cape Epic, man.
Yeah, when he broke his iliac crest, he got doored. He said he got doored. Man, I've heard a few cyclists this year have gotten doored. Like, but yeah, it sounds like he raced that Spanish race, Santoval or whatever, and got like 60th overall. So he said he knew something was up, and then went in for some more testing, and turns out that he fractured his iliac crest, which it's non-display, so it's not like a huge issue, but you know, obviously he shouldn't be riding, but I don't know. I kind of think that he just didn't want to ride Cape Epic again because he's having nightmares of last year when he just shat the bed and Matt Beers had to put a tow rope on him and tow him around the whole time.
I know. Yeah, it's super disappointing. I was hoping that he would kind of, you know, go back there and, you know, show us what he's got, you know. So I'm kind of disappointed that we don't get to see that.
Yeah. So what does that mean for Sea Otter? I mean, Sea Otter's what, like we're what?
Sea Otter's in airport, right?
10, 12, 10 weeks away. So
he's still got time. I think if he's staying off the bike, I think he'll probably be okay.
And he said this happened a couple weeks ago, so he's probably
looks like
he rode. I mean, he raced. So
it's just a fracture, so it's probably
So I think if he just stays put in his
it's just a fracture.
It's just a flesh wound.
Fractured pelvis. Man, that is the thing though with these, like, it's crazy to think that like he did that because like that's the issue with cycling. And as much as I love riding my bike, it's really bad for you, dude, because it decreases your bone density, and what we probably would have fallen off and been fine because we all, well, at least me and Aria got some cushion there, but it sucks when you have some sort of issue like that.
When you got geriatric bones like me.
Yeah, that's true.
Takes me 3 times as long. On the other side of that coin, though, we were just talking about Wout breaking his ankle, and he's racing this weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, isn't that what that Lindsey Vonn? Isn't that what she did?
She fractured. She tore her ACL,
and she raced anyway.
Yeah. Should we talk about racing? Should we talk about UAE Tour? We got a question in the comments, but I think we should do a little bit of a recap first, right? Did you guys watch it?
Yeah, I watched some, bits and pieces. I actually watched more road racing this week than I have, I think, in my whole life.
Oh, I watched a ton of it. I know everything about the road race.
Yeah, right. This is where Jason can just take his headphones off and go. You got to do some woodworking over there, Jason. Some whittling. No, UAE Tour was good. There was also the Ruta del Sol over there in Spain, and then the Volta Algarve over in Portugal. So good races, but I think UAE was the big headliner. Some crazy stuff happened. Everybody knows Johnny Milan, the big sprinter for Trek. He crashed on the first stage, and the Mexican Isaac Del Toro won the uphill sprint stage, so which is pretty sick. And then let's see what happened after that. He won that, and then the next day Remco went out with a umbrella chainring. I think it was like a 62 or
63, right?
63. 63. So 63.10. Because wait, he's on Shimano, so it's a 63.11. So can you imagine? Can you imagine that? 63.11. It was flat. Yeah, it was a flat TT. He averaged 56 point something kilometers an hour, so like over 33 miles an hour. Smoked everybody. But then the next day was the climb, and they went out. Like all these stages are so it's in the UAE, so like they have to craft these stages. They hope for wind, but they're usually flat, and then they go straight up. And so
they're doing laps too.
A lot of laps, yeah. This was a new stage that they added in there, and it was I want to say it was like I don't remember the exact details of the climb. It was probably like 9K at something like 12%, like just a all out, just terrible drag. But Remco got just shot out the back, lost a bunch of time, and he blamed. Usha kind of came up here, talked about a little bit about the cadence. So I'm curious about that, because like the big reason that Remco said that he didn't do well on the first mountain stage was because his knees were shot from doing the time trial and turning over that big gear during the time trial. So he said his knees were shot and he couldn't put out power, which I thought was kind of crazy. I think probably what Usha's getting at is Antonio Tiberi was the one who was in the leader's jersey after the first climb. And so Del Toro on the last day, second to last day, attacked on the climb, and he was just turning this huge gear, just mashing like 60, 70 RPMs. And then Tiberi was spinning along the whole way, and Del Toro ran away with it and smoked him. But it's kind of interesting. Like, I think people talk about cadence, and I don't know, do you guys have a preferred cadence that you ride?
Yeah, I sit between 90 and 100.
What?
Yeah.
Like a little Energizer bunny.
I know. I just roll. I have been trying to do more low cadence stuff, but
Arias never sees the small gear in the back, unless he's going downhill.
I want to see. I rode today on my mountain bike. Let's see what my cadence was. I guess I got to look at my element.
Yeah, Del Toro, man, he was just riding circles on. Is he gonna be unstoppable with his mountain climbing? They showcased that the last attack where he attacked the dude in second place. That dude, what was his name? He breached back, but then he put another attack in, and it was like, that's it. Couldn't come back.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was Tiberi or if it was.
Yeah, I think it was Tiberi
with him. Yeah,
because he tried to go with him quite a bit, and he just couldn't do it. I mean, he did the first time around, but the second attack, man,
it was pretty impressive. What's also crazy is that he beat. It was Jebel Hafit. That's the climb. He beat Pogacar's record from last year by 40 something seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot, but hang on. So like, before you get really excited about it, he is not as good as Tadej Pogacar, but
you don't think so?
No, I don't. Not yet. Maybe eventually. But you also got to look. If you look at like the top 10, so I went back and looked at this just to see. I was like, good Lord, but that was really fast. But if you look at the top 10, like 8 of them beat Tadej's his time last year. But I think the reason is because it was a different style of racing. Like when they went into this stage last year, Tadej was in the lead, so he just had to race defensively, which means that if someone attacks, he's got to follow. Yeah. But Del Toro was down by like 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds, so he knew that he had to go from from the get-go and like beat all that time. So I think it's just like more about race tactics than it is about absolute power. But I think Tade's going to see that and he's going to just laugh and then show up to his first race and just drop the hammer.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. I think it's going to be some fireworks.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
because of I think Del Toro's patience and pacing, what they did on that last climb, because he wasn't even in the front bunch once when the climb started.
that's
And
his
he's
problem,
gonna-
man. He doesn't know how to position himself. He doesn't do a good job of doing that.
But but I think some people are arguing that he was like, let these guys blow up because he knew he was feeling good that he would close the gap, and he did when the time came, right?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You never know. I think these early season races are people get really hyped about them, but they're early season races. Like, the tour is a long way away, so people can get a lot better. But
Looking forward to it, though.
Yeah.
Forward.
But yeah, I think the idea that Remco might not be at the tour, well, I think that's crazy. Remco is definitely going to the tour. He's on a brand new team. He's going to go there, and he's not going to win, but he's going to be there for sure.
So what's been going on with that? All the stuff with Remco, though. Do we know of any backstories?
I think he's just a little arrow bullet that just rides really fast. What are you talking about? Do you think there's drama?
Yeah, I feel like with the team, the new team and all that stuff, I feel like the resources were being pulled from him and stuff. So I wasn't sure if he was on the way out. Like that's, maybe that's what Usha said there. Like maybe that's what the writing is on the wall.
If he's talking about Primoz Roglic, Roglic racing gravel now, isn't he?
No, he's not racing gravel.
No,
that's Mohoric. You're talking about Mate Mohoric.
Oh, Mahoric, yes.
Yeah.
No.
Roglic.
Roglic's just racing gravel.
Well, he's
Really?
Roglic he's in his twilight. Like if I look at Red Bull's team, like Roglic is probably fourth on the top rider list.
Yeah, he's like, is he 30?
Yeah.
He's in his 30s.
No, he's like 34, 35 or something like that. Yeah, he's almost as old as I am. But you've got like Giulio Pellizzari, you've got Florian Lipowitz, you've got Remco, you've got Alexander Vlasov. You've got a bunch of guys that are better, I think, than Roglic. But I think this year Red Bull has to send Remco to the tour because they acquired him from Quick Step and they have said that they want to compete at the top level, and they have to go in there and just go all in and do it. So we'll see.
Hey, speaking about top level, how about Hincapie's team doing pretty well?
Dude, yeah,
I know.
yeah,
Right. That's,
dude.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I actually saw that. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, they've been awesome, man. They like Brian Munton, Stefan de Bod,
Scott McGill.
Well, Scott had a rough go of it. That race was crazy. It was like 50-mile-per-hour winds on the first day. Riders getting blown off the road. The second day, it was even more windy, so they canceled it. So I don't think that was a great experience for his first, race over there. But yeah, Modern Adventure has impressed me. They have been at the front of races, like making moves, doing a lot. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's super sweet.
What was it? Did we talk about that race it was snowing and stuff? Do you remember that, Aria? It was like 2 weeks ago.
I don't think so.
They went over the top. It was snow at the top of the mountain. It was rain every day. I forget which one it was now.
Tour de la Provence.
Yes.
Yeah, Provence. Yeah, and they had
that.
You should go back and look at that. Helicopter was blowing snow off the trees into the riders' faces. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
What was the name of the race?
I think it was Tour de la Provence, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they were riding through the snow. Pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm excited. I love road racing. If you guys want to talk road racing, I will talk it all day long.
I want to talk about Aria's cadence. You telling me you're averaging 90 to 100 on all?
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I was just looking that up.
Yeah. If I'm on the flats and stuff like that, it's probably around there.
My
I spin
cadence was
high.
70 today.
Huh?
70 on the
Graham,
mountain bike today.
No, that's to me. I
Well-
think if I'm climbing, but
on a mountain bike,
yeah,
you're coasting a lot. Your cadence.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. Yeah, is there do they have normalized cadence? Is that like an actual
no, that's not a
figure?
thing.
It should be. It should be.
No,
Normalized
but
cadence.
For all the apps that I've used to train, Wahoo, Trainer Road, Garmin Now, they all always emphasize trying to train high cadence.
Yes.
Because those muscles are smaller and fatigue less. And you've seen my quads at like this size, so I just can't grind at 60 RPM, and
Oh, I
blow
saw the spandex on that last video you posted a week or so.
Yeah,
when
I
you were
mean it's
outside.
like that. So I have to train my cadence to be high so that I don't burn those muscles out. Otherwise, I'm cramping at mile 65 and I still have 35 miles to go at Mid South.
What's I wonder what my see, I like to do high cadence stuff in the wintertime because I know throughout the summer when I'm out on the roads and whatever and the gravel stuff, my cadence drops. I struggle to do a high cadence.
Yeah, I have found that I do spin a higher cadence when I'm climbing uphill, but on the flats, if I'm trying to put down power, like it's easier for me to spin a lower cadence and put down power than it is to go fast. Like I don't know, but also the science says, and I'll send you guys the articles. There is no ideal cadence. Like everybody's just got their preferred cadence, and you just spin it at what it is. I think the only argument could be made that is there's more muscular load, so it could induce cramp, but people still also don't know what causes cramp. So
correct.
Yeah. So it's
sodium, this and that.
Yeah. So you never really.
So in my opinion, for me, based on the years of just riding gravel and doing the ultra distance stuff, I've noticed that I cramp more if I have less miles. If I am actually religious about training and I'm riding 100 miles a week kind of situation, then usually cramps they might come later in the day at hour 6.5, but I can usually pedal through them. Whereas if I'm screwing around my training, and when those cramps come, I have to get off the bike because literally the leg's gonna lock up and I can't even unclip.
Yeah. Yeah.
My average cadence is about 85.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
On the road bike or on the mountain bike?
On a road or a gravel bike.
Yeah, okay. I think that mine would be higher definitely on the road or gravel bike too. But
yeah,
I don't think it matters. I mean, it's just it's also like the idea of like a pedal stroke and having the perfect pedal stroke for efficiency, like scraping the mud off of your cleats or whatever you say.
Do you guys ever do one leg drills?
No.
Yeah.
Because again, the studies say that it doesn't actually help. It doesn't do anything for you. Like, really what it is if I can avoid doing difficult things, I'll find a reason.
If science tells you like, Graham, you don't have to do the single leg drills, you're like, thank you very much. One less thing to waste time with. I agree.
I used to do the single leg drills on the rollers.
Oh wow.
Oh,
that's wild.
You trying to break a collarbone there and ending the season early. I'll tell you a funny story. So when I first started doing gravel, my first gravel race, I didn't know that nutrition was a thing. So I just had water. I had a sandwich and some waffles in the morning for breakfast. Had my water in there, 60 icy gravel, 65 miles or whatever, 60 miles. And
first time I saw Aria.
That's right. Yeah, so 25 miles in, double cramp. And I was just pedaling out there in the middle of nowhere. One of my legs just locked up. And then I went to unclip my right leg also. It also locked up. And I couldn't pedal at all. So I just fell over on the side.
We've all been there.
On the side of it was like, luckily it was in front of somebody's house. So this lady comes out, she's like, "Oh my God, do I need to call 911?" Because I think she must have seen me fall on my side. I'm like, "No, I don't need the ambulance ride. I think I just need to wait it out." So people stopped and gave me salt. They're like, "Dude, you need some nutrition in your bottle. You need Scratch." I put Scratch in there, and I was good to go.
Trash.
Okay, you need salt.
Graham, I went by going, "Hi, Yvonne."
See ya.
It took us 10 hours to go 60 miles.
60 miles.
It was
Honestly,
it was muddy too. It was muddy.
Honestly, though, I'll say a blanket statement. Anyone that like goes out there and does some of these like big gravel rides and does them at like a pace of 10, 11, 9 miles an hour or something, whatever the pace it is, and you're out there for so long, those are the people that I have so much admiration for. Not the pros that do it in like, 4 hours or something like that. The people that out there and grind it out, like the Unbound riders, like I can't imagine. I cannot imagine how much mental strength that takes. Like I'm so impressed.
How about Lindsay doing that one? She came in dead last. She got the Lantern Rouge.
Yeah.
For the one gravel. Graham. So Lindsay goes out. I feel like she was on her fat bike, but no, I think she was on her helmet. It was the Fargo with the 27.5 plus tires on it.
Yep. That was a nice tire. That was
Graham, she goes out, she's out there. I don't know how long it took her. She was DFL, Lantern Rouge. She comes in and everybody's cheering for her, and they're like, Lantern Rouge. Oh, here it is. She got to light the fireworks. You should see the prizes she got, Graham. She got
wheels, right?
No, she got a set of whiskey carbon bars and a set of and a whiskey seat post, carbon seat post, and she got to light the fireworks.
I mean, screw the seat post and the bars. I mean, fireworks. That sounds awesome.
The pyrotechnical part of it is what really intrigues Graham. He's like, let's cosplay him.
Something else too, but yeah. They told her.
That's right. I do remember
the fireworks. They said light the fireworks, but don't run. First thing she did was light them and take off.
Took off running. Well, the adrenaline.
How much you move, Lindsay? How much you move? No, awesome. Speaking of which, let's talk about this new trend of 32-inch wheels, right?
You know what? I think it's going to take off in the gravel.
You think so?
Why?
Gravel or road?
Why?
It's a faster the rolling resistance, and once you get them spun up, it's easy to keep that pace. That's why they went.
But the weight.
It's not that much more weight. It's not that much more weight. No.
Well, it's because the weight is usually in your spokes. It's not in the rims themselves.
Yeah,
right?
I imagine the tire is going to be bigger, right? So there's going to be more rubber there.
It's gonna I feel like the weight versus, first off, with a bigger wheel like that, rolling over on gravel is going to make the gravel much smoother. Right?
That's true.
So it's not going to take off for mountain biking.
Well, that's where you're going to see it first. Like next year in the World Cup, like Christopher Blevins and a couple of those guys have strongly hinted that there will be 32 32s out there on the course.
I don't think it's going to work well they're harder to turn than 29. It takes them longer to spin up to speed. That's why I think they'll be good for gravel, where you want to get up to speed and keep that speed going.
But don't you think it'll imagine the pressures that you can run though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think people will be running in the World Cup. They'll be running 32s with like 13 and 14 PSI.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be gripping over everything. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on it. I don't know. I don't see.
What about the toe overlap? The toe overlap is also another issue though, right?
Oh yeah. Especially on a road bike and a gravel bike.
Well,
on a
gravel
for sure.
bike,
That's a great point.
So I don't know how they're gonna pull it off. It sounds interesting, because you can roll over a lot more things. Your rotational mass is negligible, shall we say, but your speed will be pretty good once you get rolling. But
Toe
I think
overlap
for
is
smaller bikes,
I
think it's gonna be for like people 6'4" and above. I feel like those are the bikes where I think it will work. Like you put bikes, tire that size.
I think
smaller
Lindsay
bikes.
would work well on a 32.
Is that almost as tall as she is?
I feel like a penny farthing.
Yeah, ridiculous.
So, all right.
No.
Here's my nerdy. I was just thinking about this. So, toe overlap aside, I do see it being potentially advantageous on the road and gravel for that matter, but mainly on the road for the aero qualities that you would get. Because like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to do the math right now, but like if you have a wider diameter tire, that means that there's a more of a front surface area. So you could create deep dish wheels that are creating a more aero profile for the bike as a whole, coming further up onto the head tube. So like you basically be creating a wind pocket that's up into the head tube a little bit further than what you would normally get and onto the frame. So I could see there being you could save yourself 1.3 watts at 30 miles an hour. And we all ride at 30
pro
miles an
like
hour.
the Rhea, that 1.3 watts is big gains.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the difference between me winning Unbound and not getting that big contract, So the average tire combination for 32 tire, gravel tire is about 1,150 grams, right? So let's see, and then
how wide? 1,100.
I just did average.
Oh,
1150.
1150, and then for the average regular 29er is between 600 to 700.
Well,
so that's a huge difference.
Well, I feel like the average 32 gravel tire is only like the average of about 4 tires.
So
1150 for one wheel and one tire. You're
correct.
No.
Correct.
There's
a single wheel, 1.15 kilograms.
There's no way.
And I think I actually saw a video on this, but I just did my own research and they're coming up with the same numbers. But yes, it was pretty hefty. Actually, Pathless Pedal had a video about this.
A wheel and a tire versus just a tire.
Yeah, the whole combination. Yeah, the wheel and tire.
Oh, and you said a wheel and tire for a classic like 700C or 29 is
let me search that.
Probably 1,200 grams.
I don't know. Something seems off there.
It does.
But we don't deal in facts. We don't deal in facts on this podcast. We just deal in conjecture and dreams. So yeah, it's all good. So 1150, that's what it is, people.
So let's see.
But also, this is what I laugh about when they talk about like grams, like saving 200 grams. Like my fat ass is like, I think about the piece of pizza that I ate today, and I'm like, oh, that was probably 300 grams right there that I just added on. So it's like, come on.
But then it has the pizza has a carbohydrates, so it's helping power. You're right.
Oh well, that's true. It did help. It did help power my ride today. Yeah.
Speaking of which, you guys, Garmin quietly, I've been on the Garmin train. Actually, Garmin has been killing it with their releases, but in typical Garmin fashion, they release some of the best updates and don't talk about them. So their new route planning platform, they've always had one, is on steroids. It is. I think if more people know about this, they're gonna give the likes of Strava and Ride with GPS and Komoot a hard time because it's pretty fantastic. Just the granularity of what you can put on the course, and even after you receive the course from a race director, the things that you can modify on the route for yourself, like next to none. And it's all obviously if you have a Garmin head unit, it all pops up on your head unit, but it just it is absolutely fantastic update. So I recommend people check it out. If you have a Garmin head unit, check out Garmin's new route planning. It's pretty fantastic.
And if
On the note of Garmin, I want to come back to the route planning thing because I've got some questions there. But I also heard that they released a sleep band
Yes.
that you could like put on. Because like my big thing that I didn't ever want to use with Garmin was the fact that like I don't want to wear my like Phoenix to sleep because like if I roll over and whack my wife,
Smack the wife in the face
like,
with the titanium watch.
like
on the face.
I'm not gonna be on the couch. I'm gonna be in the grave.
no,
So like but like a sleep band, that's cool. Like because I would take my watch off, put this like it's like basically a Whoop band from what I understand,
Yeah,
and it tracks all the analytics.
see, I heard you say the band Sleep, and I thought, oh yeah, I love Sleep, but that's
Listen, we're not talking about your 1992 high school prom. We're talking about
There we go. Right
new
there.
tech. Yeah.
That's it.
So
And then if you have the Garmin watch,
I want to see the band. Show me the band.
let's get my face out of it.
no. Like I want to see like that doesn't show me much. That's pretty big actually.
Well, the wider it is, the more comfortable it's going to be, though.
That's fair.
You know.
Yeah, but I think that's cool though because say I wear a Whoop, and Whoop, and you pay a monthly subscription, but to be able to get all the Garmin insights and then with the same thing, I think that's like a big win. So I'm very curious about that. But so back to the route planning though. So my thing with route planning is like when I travel and say I use like Strava heat maps, like they don't like heat maps are not great because say around here in Chattanooga, like half the heat maps are like greenways. And they like if I plan a route, it like sends me down a greenway. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be riding at 20 miles an hour, passing dogs and children and stuff like that. So like that would be my one thing is like for Garmin to, like if anyone could figure out like truly what are good routes that people should go ride. And also the other thing that I would like to see is to say like if you have a workout planned, like say, hey, here's my workout today, Garmin. What route should I take to do this?
Oh,
to do this
it's coming.
workout.
Give
How
it
cool
6
would that
months.
be?
Yeah.
Like if you have like
6 months.
Yeah, if you say you have like 30-30s or something like that, like find a place where you can do 30-30s and line it up that way. That would be super cool. Because then you could
that really makes
workout.
I think actually I've thought about that kind of scenario, but I've just never really stopped to really think. But yes, it makes sense, especially like let's say you're gonna do like sprint intervals, right? Like hey, it's an hour of sprint intervals, then you keep on riding. Like it would be nice, if Garmin like knows, okay, we're gonna route you this way. It's gonna be flat road for the next hour, or mostly flat. Sends you that way. That would be pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, like it could even it can't be that hard because like you could say like Garmin could integrate with Strava, so like you could see like for the Strava KOM, say it's a climb and it's a 1 mile climb, and they could figure out who's the top finisher, who's the bottom finisher, and based on your power to weight ratio, like how long it should take you to get up this climb. It could say, okay, well, based on the power that you should put out for this is a good climb, and you should do your workout on this. Like that would be so cool for me because then I would do like all of my training outside because like what I run into, like I live on not a mountain, but a ridge. So like every road ride that I do ends with a 300-foot climb. Every ride ends with that. And it sucks because like you can go do a workout and then you still have to push 300 watts to get up this climb to get myself home. Yeah, it's like, but anyways, that would be my dream. If Garmin's listening out there, find a way to integrate my workouts into routes.
All of my route planning goes on right up here.
That's why when you ride with Jason, you better get that copy of his route planning out of his freaking head and onto like a piece of paper so that you can have the right amount of nutrition and not die when it's 100 degrees.
Dude, I've heard about. I'll never go ride with Jason unless I know exactly what the ride is.
If he has the route, let's go all day. If you don't have the route, I'm like, no, we're talking about the route here.
Oh, we can just go this way. It's fine.
Yeah,
fine.
Next thing you know, you're 60 miles in and it's like in the middle of nowhere, Iowa, and there's no water. You know,
I have water because I don't ever drink it.
That's funny. You just absorb it through the air. Looks like we sparked a little bit of a question in the chat. So, is it better to work at an interval in a climb or on the flat? So, I've always wondered this. I'll say, here's my answer. I think it's easier to push power on a climb than it is on the flats, but I think you need to mimic what you're trying to do, right? Like if you're training for a race and it's a flat race or a rolling race, you need to figure out how to put power down in that scenario. And that's like a different type of power. If it's a climb, then you need to go out and try to find some climbs. And if you don't have a climb and you live in the Midwest, find a good headwind, because a headwind is basically a climb. It's basically the same thing. Or
find one hill to do repeats on.
Yeah, but I honestly, but to Graham's point, I think flat is better because it pushes you to hold that power.
It's mentally harder.
If you're going uphill, you gotta go uphill anyway, so you're gonna be able to hit that power a little bit more easily. I feel like
if you're going uphill, you could spin at an easy cadence, and make it easy. And then you could, drop down a couple of gears and get out of the saddle and push hard for
mix it up
10 or 20 seconds. And then you can get back into the saddle. And
the thing is like,
I think going uphill, but
I think it's easier going uphill because it doesn't matter what, like you just said, you can stand, you can sit up, you can spin fast, you can grind. But the thing is like, if you're pushing power on the flats, like that's when aero matters, right? Like, and so your body position, the more power you're putting down and the faster you're going, the harder it is to go faster. And so it's much more difficult, I think, to mentally convince yourself to push hard on the flats and then also put yourself in a position to take advantage, because if you're pushing power, you want to go fast, right? You either want to go as fast as you can up the hill or you want to go as fast as you can on the flats. But at a certain point, the aerodynamics are going to matter more than the power that you're putting down.
I do all my intervals on downhills.
I love that.
No, that's why you're going to lose, Jason, right there.
Man, no.
No, but speak of which, actually, I want to roll back a little bit. And then Ucher has a question too. But Strava, if you have their premium plan and you frequent different places where you don't live often, they have right now the best route discovery tool, in my opinion. It's just so dynamic. You literally go in there, it draws the boundary of where you are, and you do sliders of how far you want to go, and it creates the route for you, and it's usually spot on. It's just fantastic.
That's funny because my ride with GPS has been stuck on, like, I think I turned it on up in Madison, Wisconsin.
It's been on
there once, and it's stuck there, and I've tried to change it I don't know how many times, and
no, I like Strava too. I don't know if it's still the same because I haven't honestly ridden on the road in a while because it's been winter and I've been riding the mountain bike. But my frustration with Strava is like when I'm trying to plan like a 40-mile route is that it only gives me 3 options. And then like you like refresh and those 3 options go away and you get 3 new options. And you're like, well, I kind of like that other route. I didn't like it as much as I thought I did, but now I like it more than these routes. And it's like, you can't get back to it. And that always frustrates me. But
no, they've cleaned that up. But I think it's behind the paywall, actually. Like their new routes, advanced route planning.
We're going to pay more for it?
No, I think you have to be a paying member, to use their
Why do you guys
It's a
even
pretty
use
cool
Strava?
one.
You guys never post anyways. Like I am the only one that posts all my rides on Strava.
Now, I'll post
Well,
some
that
Strava
is
once I
total
start riding
BS.
out again.
I've been
I just
posting
don't want you guys to see all my
all
trainer
of my
rides.
stuff on.
Have you really? Oh man, I need to look more then. I'm really bad because I beg for kudos but never give any. So I'm
I
a
know,
ku-
right?
I
Actually,
don't
you
see
know,
either
I
of
don't know if
you
I
guys
received one from
posting
you.
anything on Strava.
Yo, I posted something today. I did
did
a little
too.
ride. Look, I did a little ride. It's on Strava. In fact, someone just liked my ride. Who just liked it? Michael Tongi. Right there, bro.
Oh,
Okay. Maybe I'll jump on that. All right, so let's see. Flight is waste time. That's true.
right.
That's true.
Bro,
Okay.
I want whatever you're on. If your pulse isn't getting high on flat 30-30s, then just tell me what your nutrition plan is because
No, Graham, you're not gonna start cheating by getting advice from our listeners. Okay,
I'm gonna ride my
you
e-bike is what I'm
you
gonna do.
dog your training the whole winter. You dog your training. Now you're asking Usha to help you out here. You know.
I don't even have a bike to train on. I'm just over
Yeah.
here with a road bike and a mountain bike.
There's Graham. Hey, I'm gonna give you kudos, Graham.
Oh, I got
I
him.
know,
Look at that.
now you have 13 kudos, and I only have 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a big deal. I don't know if you knew that.
Where's
man, that's a big deal, Graham. Yeah, can we turn it to the listeners? Listeners, do you guys have any questions, any news that we might have missed that we want to cover?
Lindsay's been on Strava. She's got like 12, 15 weeks of straight riding.
Well, I'll follow Lindsay. I'll even set up notifications for when Lindsay rides. I want to support good riders.
Yeah, Jeff was asking about if the 1150 for one tire for the wheel and tire combo is 1150. I guess it's only 150 gram difference.
Yeah,
from the 29 to the 32.
So it's nothing.
Yeah,
so it's not a big deal.
And that's just like an average.
Yeah, exactly.
On a little bit less, and it could probably be a little bit more.
Until you throw a mountain bike tire on there, and then that thing's gonna be like 4 kilograms.
But it'd be the same if you threw a mountain bike tire on the other one too.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, you still get So I guess if you're not gonna get toe overlap, and you like how the bike looks with the 32s,
I don't think you have to worry that much about toe overlap. I don't think that's a big.
I think for smaller riders it will be a big problem. I honestly think so. Smaller bikes is going to have a hard time with that.
I think that for most professional riders, they're riding smaller frames with really long stems and saddle offsets. So I think it would be an issue.
And I was I put together a Cervelo Soloist road bike today, a 54, and I rode it around the shop. I was like, man, I could ride this thing. It's still pretty good.
So this guy,
well, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking bike, but look at that. You definitely, for a smaller rider, your toe is hitting, I think. Look at where the pedal is compared, I don't know if we go back a little bit.
No.
Like, look at that.
Oh, I think that's fine.
Like 6 inches.
Well, I mean, I think it will.
Your toe's only coming out of there like 3 or 4.
I think probably what they'll do is they'll just rake the forks out a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty,
And then at that point, it will negate that. But then you'll have a kind of a slacker geometry. It'll be kind of interesting. But
I mean, there's toe overlap on some road bikes.
That's true.
You should see my road shoes. I don't have them here. I got black scuffs on both sides because I scuff my toe like constantly.
I don't think toe overlaps that. Just gotta like.
Well, if you're riding fast, it doesn't. You don't have to worry about toe overlap.
Yeah, it's the tight turns.
The tight turns.
And you slow on your single truck, Bentonville. You're doing the Rule of 3 or something, or Core 4 here in Iowa City. You're going slow, then definitely you're gonna get yourself jammed up.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna come through with my 29ers. Gone.
Gone.
You know.
I'm gonna come through on my invisible bike that I don't have right now. But
honestly, though, what's your top 3 bikes right now? Give us your top 3 bikes that you want
bikes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my
do you have even top? Yeah.
I would say Otso Wahila, Obed GVR 2.0, if they release that, Scott Addict, and then the dream bike would be the MV Mog. But
have they increased their tire clearance at
Whoa,
all?
whoa. There was some talk about Lightspeed a while back.
yeah, there was. I'm not gonna get a titanium bike though. I think I want a carbon bike if I'm gonna have one. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find. Let's see if MV has increased their.
You don't want to do
MV takes 2.2s. It already takes 2.2s. You gotta cut the hairs.
How about a rad power?
Yeah, rad power.
He's gonna burn his. Graham, I think Jason wants you to burn your house down with that.
How about a high bike?
A high bike, yeah, please. That'll go along with my cat track.
A guy called me up the other day and said, "Hey, I got a Huffy that I had in my garage. Can I put an electric motor on it?"
Yeah.
Look at that. There you go, Graham, right there. MV Mog.
Yo, that's not nice. Just because I have an orange beard doesn't mean I need an orange bike.
I figured I'm like, that might
really,
be a lot.
Really rude. Aria.
How about that one?
Well, not with those wheels.
I don't know. Those wheels I'm not digging, but man. No. Okay, let's go back.
Graham. Trail donkey.
A trail donkey?
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
What's wrong with the name alone? The name alone.
You don't want to. Yeah, because somebody asks you, Graham, what are you riding? I'm riding a trail donkey. They'll be like,
I got my trail donkey here.
Yeah. They'd be like, "What? Are you getting ready? Are you training for the barrel race? The burro race?
Yeah.
You got that Cornelius look. You could get away with a trail dog. You can wear suspenders, and
yeah. Honestly, with my beard, I probably should be looking like a Lauf Segla or something like that, or one of the Norwegian brands.
Crazy clearance, yeah. Let's see what they have for let's see here.
Man, I go for the trail donkey. That was really high on my list.
If they made a bike called the Jackass, I might get it.
They paint them,
Minimum tire size is 36. Where's the maximum listed clearance of 50C?
So that means 2.2s.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. That's it. Problem solved. We better tell the wife to approve that.
Start a GoFundMe. I'm gonna GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Make a wish foundation.
Should we close it down?
Yeah, I think so. I gotta go to bed.
Thanks, you guys. We really appreciate you guys tuning in as always, hanging out with us and talking about all the happenings. Yeah, we have some amazing guests planned, guys. You guys won't believe the people we're bringing on here. Okay, so make sure you tune in. We will post on our social media one of our special guests who might not be on our usual time of podcasting live. So we'll post on our social media of what time that guest will be coming on the week of that. So be sure to check out our social media, Mixed Surfaces Podcast on Instagram. Send us a DM. Jason is on Instagram also, as well as, and I'll have both of their links in the show notes here. So give him a follow. And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. We'll thank the sponsors, the partnerships that we have, for keeping the lights on. Until the next one. Peace.
See y'all.
Peace out, everybody.